First, I set the Legion settings to performance mode, with TDP at 25 watts and OS power set to efficiency. The display resolution is set to 1280 by 800 at 144 Hz, and VRAM is set to auto. For lossless scaling, I set the scaling type to Snapdragon Super Resolution with sharpness at 8. Frame generation is set to LSFG 2.3 at x2. Resolution scale at 70%. Performance mode is enabled. I turned off syncs mode and allowed tearing for better latency. The maximum frame latency is set to 3, as recommended for AMD. In the AMD Adrenalin per game settings, I set AFMF 2 to high-end quality, turned on integer scaling, and set it to full panel. For Radeon Anti-Lag and Radeon Chill, you can't use both at the same time. You have to choose one. This time, I chose to enable Radeon Anti-Lag and disable Radeon Chill, since I will use double frame generation with AFMF 2 and FSR 3.1. Next, I turned on Radeon Image Sharpening and set it to 70%. I also set texture filtering quality to performance and enabled surface format optimization. Lastly, I set the tessellation mode to override at 2x. Now let's move to the game Stalker 2, Heart of Chornobyl. I set the graphics settings to low with medium textures, enabled FSR 3.1 set to quality, and turned on in-game frame generation. The in-game resolution is set to 1280 by 800 for both lossless scaling and AFMF 2. This is the game performance with in-game frame generation without lossless scaling and AFMF 2. This is the game performance with lossless scaling set to x2. Based on my observations when comparing these two methods, I find that AFMF2 provides an overall better gaming experience. The game appears much sharper when using the AMD Adrenalin settings compared to lossless scaling, which tends to look slightly blurry in comparison. Additionally, the responsiveness of the game is noticeably better with AFMF2, making it feel more fluid and precise during gameplay. In terms of smoothness, both methods deliver similar results, and I didn't notice any significant differences between the two in this aspect. However, when it comes to ghosting and artifacts, there is a clear distinction. Lossless scaling exhibits noticeable ghosting and artifacts, especially at the bottom of the screen, which can be distracting. On the other hand, AFMF2 handles these issues much better, with ghosting and artifacts being barely noticeable, if at all. Overall, AFMF2 stands out as the superior option due to its sharper visuals, improved responsiveness, and minimal visual distractions.